The second story, this picks up on what we were talking about yesterday. It's in The Guardian, and it's about the Queen's Garden Party and the BNP being invited because they're part of the General London Assembly. Richard Barnbrook. Who will he take? Nick Griffin. Yeah, and as you probably rightly said, they'll probably be walking through the gardens holding hands and chatting racist diatribes to each other.
They're not a race-hate party.
No, but they just don't like other people very much. Basically, now Boris Johnson has stepped in. He twittered yesterday, "Can't quite believe that the BNP are trying to turn the Queen's annual garden party into a political stunt. I'm going to stop them."
OK. Which
is great.
Okay.
And they obviously do watch the show. They do take an active interest in what we have to say. They've emailed you saying, I'm well informed that since his wife divorced, this is talking about you, he sought to take revenge out on society. Like a Mad Max kind of character.
There's a kind of element of truth.
Roaming the Badlands of West London and Primrose Hill. A complete dropout at school. No. Not really, he went to university, didn't he? He hardly had any friends.
Well, that's probably true.
The only real girl he's had was the wife that dumped him. Well, I met your present girlfriend. Yeah, very lovely she is, too.
She's a girl.
Watch his constant bitterness. Well, more listen to his constant bitterness, I think, to his ex-wife. He's a misogynist, no, and a pathetic excuse for a man. Well, probably. Go back to your mummy, Matthew. Just don't... And don't tell her about the painting pink of your toenails.
I have pink toenails.
But they're not painted.
I'm going to reply. This is absolutely outrageous. Hand it over to me. I'll send one back.
OK, they're trying to get a wave of complaints against me, which is good, because the more they're doing that, the less they're hassling people of colour to leave our country. So I think I'm doing a good public service there.
Yeah, they're going to pay me to go back to...
don't put ideas...
Can they pay me every year to go back, like, for 2 weeks? I don't mind that. I really don't mind that.
Oh, dear.
I should stress that they didn't actually put their real name. It was just...
it was very brave of them.
Yeah, isn't it? Of course. Third story, Daily Mail, page 43. Council fills in only part of a pothole because the rest it doesn't own. This is the case of huge gaping pothole in the Midlands. Half of it's on council land, on public land. The other half belongs to a housing association. And they've come in and gone, no, we don't own that bit. We're not going to fill in the other half.
I would have thought it's harder to fill in half a hole and try and keep the gravel in.
And you know why? Well, if we'd repaired the pothole on Walsall Housing Group land, we could have been liable should an incident subsequently have occurred. It's more likely to occur now there's only half a pothole. And the last story is a great one, which is in the Times on page 4. This is everywhere. It's a couple from New Zealand who applied for an overdraft.
Right.
They had a failing business owning in Rotorua in the Northern Ireland, which is a lovely place. They owned this garage, and basically it was failing, so they applied for an overdraft of 10,000 New Zealand dollars. Unfortunately, someone at the bank added a couple of zeros, and they got 10 million, and they thought, shall we give it back? Nah. Let's go on the run. So they're now on the run. The bank have recovered 4 million, so because you can wire money to other bank accounts.
Because I thought, because if you had to stand there at the cash point and your limit is 250
a day,
forever.
Grown a beard and got old. But I mean, it kind of, you know, you just think, is it worth spending the rest of your life on the run? Because you're never really going to enjoy that money. I suppose even if you have a couple of great weeks, and it isn't really their fault. I mean, it was the bank's fault. It was I mean, they will have to pay it back, but enjoy it while you can.
They just went on holiday and had no idea.
The bank had a great motto.
Oh, the bank's motto was "Make the most of life."
OK, which leads in quite nicely to our first discussion after the ads.